Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about the PS5 console and as far as how the console has been going as far as this generation is concerned, and the future of where the PS5 could potentially be going. Because there has always been rumors that's been going around about whether or not PS5 is going to have a slim or is going to have a mid-generation upgrade, and that we 3 years into the console's lifespan, and we have gotten some news, and this is only because of the whole Activision Blizzard deal that Microsoft was trying to push or still trying to hammer in, and it revealed that Sony had to put out some information, or Microsoft had put out some details of what Sony had up their sleeve as far as a potential PS5 Slim is concerned. So I want to definitely hear your thoughts in the comment sections below in this video about what's going on. Is this generation ready for a PS5 Slim? Is it too soon for a PS5 Slim? Is it too soon for a mid upgrade for the PS5? So before we dive into the video, just hit that subscribe button, notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So before we even dive into the article, as far as the PS5 is concerned, I own a PS5. As you may see, you guys are new to the channel, I own all three of the consoles. But we are 3, maybe going on 4 years into the console, and we have yet to see any true next generation games to represent how powerful the PS5 hardware is, and let alone the Xbox Series X. I think the only true game for me that's like a true PS5 experience is the Ratchet and Clank game. That game is gorgeous. It's a beautiful game, and it's not even cross generation. And I think that's the problem with, so far we're 3 years in, and most of these titles are cross generations. So now we're already hearing rumors that there could be a possibly PS5 Pro that's happening, and also a PS5 Slim, which sounds crazy. I mean, Final Fantasy 16, and as far as the frame rate is concerned, that when it comes to battles, the game's frame rate is 60 frames per second, but in order for them to achieve that, to keep that at 60 frames per second, they have to reduce the resolution to 720p. We have these powerful next generation consoles, but we can still can't have the option of 4K 60 frames per second or a stable 1080p with 60 frames. We have all these different type of settings that we don't have any stability and choice in what we can do with these consoles in terms of performance is concerned. And just to hear that a PS5 Pro or Slim is happening just sounds ridiculous to me. But we're gonna get into this article. So in this article from right here from makeuseof.com, click this. Is Sony releasing a PS5 Slim in 2023? I doubt that. I think it's in the works, but I don't think it's happening like this year. So since its release, the PS5 has a supply and demand issue. If you have a PS5, chances are you had it right away to get one during the sale. Yes, if you guys want to hear my PS5 nightmare of me getting the PS5 during launch, I'll probably post that in the link in the description below. It was a funny story of how I got my PS5 on launch. But anyway, but if you didn't get one, it's likely because you didn't want to bother with the inconvenience of rushing to get one. The PS5 currently comes in 2 flavors: the standard version with a built-in Blu-ray disc drive, and your digital version that forgoes the optical drive. But before 2023 is out, you might soon get another option. I don't think. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But to me, I don't think it may happen this year. I can see a Slim happening next year. Sony looks to be releasing the PS5 Slim this year, which comes with a detachable disc drive. Well, we do have the Christmas holiday coming, so it could be a holiday release. It's meant to be nearly identical to the PS5 and pretty much sounds like what the company should have done in the first place: give users the options of a disc drive. Alright, Eurogamer reports that Microsoft claims that Sony will be releasing the PS5 Slim and a handheld console version in a court filing related to their ongoing Activision Blizzard acquisition trial. Since then, many publications have jumped on the news, and while it's just a rumor, it seems like likely this is Sony's 2023 plan. Is a PS5 Slim good for gamers? Whether a PS5 Slim is released is not nearly as important as whether its release is good for gamers. The PlayStation 5 has proven to be an extremely popular console, selling over 38.5 million units by April 2023, far more than forecasted. Nevertheless, the supply and demand issues have plagued it since the release of the pandemic, But with the introduction of a third option, the stock output should increase to let up the supply issues. With that, PS5 should be your next console for plenty of reasons. So the PS5 is looking to have a detachable drive, which is great for gamers because it gives you a choice, while releasing a disc and discless version arguably offer your user choice. It was essentially a choice between spending over $500 for a game console or a smaller amount but never being able to use discs. The PS5 Slim is rumored to be launched at $400, so it's like $100 less. So it's a middle of the road price, giving users the most choice. It's also possible this would actually become the flagship model. However, if you invested in the PS5 within the last 6 months, you will feel slightly disappointed that Sony is dropping a new model. Gamers who recently bought one of the consoles types for full price may feel a little cheated by the new Slim model launching. So that's the thing. Like, when it comes to the Slim model, and I don't feel slighted, I bought it and whatever like that, but the fact is that they want to give people more options. I think it's a good thing. Now the thing is, this whole detachable disk drive, it makes sense. It seems like now that we're going more in this digital era, it seems like physical media is slowly but surely going to die out, which I hate. I'm a physical media guy. I love to have my physical discs. I love to have physical copies of my games. But if it seems like this is where we're going, this is the future, and to have that option to remove a disc, to have the disc, is all a matter of preference at this point. So the question is, will the PS5 Slim launch this year? Time will tell whether a new model of the PS5 will launch this year. Microsoft seems to think it will, and their presidents of consoles have a newer, updated version released throughout their life cycle. If you haven't purchased a PS5 yet, you may see this as a good time to buy one. Knowing you have a choice between whether you require a disc drive or not will likely be a drawing point for many gamers. So, hearing this news, many people may wait out and not buy a PS5 and just wait to see sometime this year they make the announcement and say, hey, we have the PS5 Slim, we're going to drop this out. We do have that PS5 Thin Q, the Q thing, which is a cloud type device that you'll be able to play, remote play onto this device. So to hear this and then a potential PS5 Slim to pretty much go along with it, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense that we at least could hear news about it, whether or not a release this year, that has yet to be seen. We're not sure yet, but it just sounds crazy that we're 3 years in and we're just now we're hearing already and rumors swirling around by a potential Slim. 3 years in, we have still yet to experience what these consoles, especially the PS5, really truly has to offer, because it's still stuck in the past with cross-generation games is barely able to have great performance while having great resolution. There's still a lot of things wrong with this generation as far as consoles. To me, I think these consoles should have been released 2 years later, and that we should be just now hearing about or just now getting our hands on the PS5 now, where we have a better grasp, or we have better hardware to be able to push the bounds and to push the limits of what these consoles can actually do. Because this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not bothered by hearing news about a Slim, because I never got the Slim versions of any of my consoles anyway, so they never bothered me. I always had the older version or the older model, so I never really went out and buy a Slim, so that doesn't bother me. But I don't be irked, and I'm gonna be like pissed if Sony comes out and announce a PS5 Pro, because this is ridiculous. Like, these consoles haven't really been out in the market that long, and they're already proven to be outdated, and then people went out and bought one for like maybe $600, or had to pay these scalpers all this money to be able to get a copy, get a console for themselves, just for you to say, hey, here's a Pro. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll be seriously irritated if they announce a Pro. And I didn't get the Pro of any console last generation either. I just kept the console that I have, because I'm not going out getting a mid-generation console. After spending all that money for the main console, I'm not getting a mid-generation console. And then, like I said, only those with that console is only going to see and experience those features anyway. I'm totally fine. I don't need one if they do announce it. But I just think that, man, for these consoles to be bragged and hyped about being the most powerful consoles on the planet right now, they're surely not they're not capable of holding stable frame rates or able to hold 4K with stable frame rates of 60 frames per second. It's all hogwash. It's all crap to me. And I don't know what's been going on. So Sony, y'all really have to step your game up. Microsoft, you have to step your game up as far as these consoles are concerned. I just had enough. Well, that pretty much wraps this video. Definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what's your thoughts on the PS5 Slim. Do you think this is a great idea? And what do you think of a potential PS5 Pro? Do you have a Sony PS5 yet? And if you don't, do you think it's the right time to buy one now? Or do you think this is just a calling sign to just wait and see, you know, what Sony announced moving forward? So if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord, signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.